Good morning, everyone out there watching today's Addictive My Auction Addiction YouTube video. We didn't do one last week because, well, it's the busy season and we were busy. We've been working 7 days a week lately, guys, and I was just too exhausted to get it done. So we're going to start fresh this week with a video, and this one is going to be on successful pickups. This is going to go toward the buyers and the sellers. We're going to give you tips for both sides of the aisle on this. We're also going to start getting these videos linked and the subject matter linked directly for the newsletter to make it a little more convenient for you to find these videos. Okay. So pickups, guys. When we're doing an estate sale, moving sale, whatever, there are several phases. The inventory, the creating the catalog, the keying it in, the appraising of the items, putting them up for auction for a period of a couple weeks. And then most importantly is the pickup. Pickup's usually a time window, guys. We're always going to do it at a similar time. 1 to 6, 2 to 6, 3 to 6 on a weekday or Saturday morning. Occasionally people get confused. For some reason I remembered it was Saturday afternoon. No, Saturday afternoon we're going to spend time with our families. We also don't work Sundays. So you can kind of know ahead of time about what our strategy is going to be for pickups. They're geared toward convenient times for everybody, so making it off work at 5 and still make it there by 6, for instance. If it's a big job or big out-of-town pickup, we're probably going to lean to Saturday so that more people have more time to pick up. Realize not all pickup times are going to be perfect for everyone, but we try to do our best. Okay, guys, let's start with the seller side. So on the seller side, what, as you, the seller, can you do to help us make for a more successful pickup where there's less errors, less issues, just a smoother overall pickup? Well, first of all, and number one, guys, is don't move a dang thing. Now, situations that come up, and here's one that's come up twice recently. I decided to remodel the home, and I decided to do it 3 hours or a day before you got there. Big problem, guys. Wait until we've done the pickup. This stuff will be out of your way. Wait a day. Trust me. Everybody thinks that if I just pile it up over here or pile it up over there, it's no big deal. It's all still here. It may be. But when we go through, we're tagging things in the order that we inventoried them. These little tags just go tick, 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 boom, done. If everything's been moved, it may seem simple. It's over here, not over here. It's no longer in order. We have actually taken 2 hours worth of tagging and turned into 6 to 12 hours of tagging. So in other words, if we're arriving 2 hours early to tag a project and you've moved everything and it's going to take 6 or 8 hours, we are going to have a disastrous pickup. So please don't move anything you don't have. Now, if we left little piles and you need to get through the house and walk through, you need to push it over a little bit, that's fine. No, what we're talking about is relocating and mixing up many of the items. Also need to remember, guys, sellers, that people are bidding on what they can see. If you break something, it's going to be a problem. If you take something out of a lot to use and don't put it back, it's going to be a problem. If you're living in the home, you need to think about that. Hey, I used some dishes. Put the dishes back in the cabinet when you're done. No big deal. Nobody cares if you use the dishes, just as long as you put them back where you got them from. So really keeping things, that's the number one thing that you guys can do to help us make a pickup run smooth. Second thing I'm going to put up there is make sure we have access to the location. Not the realtor will let us in, or you'll wake up at 7 a.m. and show up. What if you have a flat tire? What if something comes up? What if you've got to be at work? Always better for us to have our own way in. That just takes one variable out of the issue of getting things tagged, getting things ready for pickup, and potentially having a delayed pickup. Doesn't happen very often, but it has happened, so I have to mention that. Now let me go ahead and put things into another category. That is seller pickups. So what is that? That's occasionally you say, gosh, Lloyd, I got 20 items. You don't need to come over here for 20 items. I'll take care of the pickup. Usually once we start getting over about let's say 125, 150 lots, we like to do the pickup. But under that, many times sellers are, hey, and I want, you know, you can knock 75 bucks off, 100 bucks off my bid price, and I'll take care of it. In those cases, we'll go and pre-tag things, organize the things for you, and make sure you're ready to go for the pickup. But you need to be ready to go. And that means an hour, 2 hours ahead of time, you're there, ready for us to tag when we're supposed to be there, and you're ready. There were bells on. I remember one time I had people start calling me, the folks aren't here, and I'm like, what's going on? And I get a hold of them, and 5 minutes before the pickup, they decide to go get cappuccinos. Any kind of thing like that is going to take what most of my buyers have done their own pickups have said is, or sellers have said was a really easy process. It takes it and make it chaotic instantly. Simply being there on time is huge. They're on time, open doors. We've already got things tagged for the larger pickups, and you're ready to roll. And most people have no issues at all. Keeping track of who has been and not been there is also important. And then getting a hold of us in the last half hour to let us know, hey, can you call these two people that haven't been here, is also something you'll have to do if you're doing your own pickup as a seller. Again, guys, it's not rocket science. There's not a whole lot here, but just a very couple important things that sometimes, because you don't doing this type of thing every day, that people just don't think about. All right, let's move on to the buyer side. How can buyers make for a better pickup? And this really, guys, the burden really shifts to you guys, because there's not a whole lot sellers can do to mess up a pickup other than moving and removing items. For you guys, there's a lot more. Number one is time that you show up. You know, there's a time frame. Make sure you know what that is. Make sure you pin it to your calendar so you don't forget. Do not show up early. If you're going to be 15, 20 minutes early, that's fine. We may or may not be ready. But if you're an hour and a half early, we're working. We're just going to tell you to wait in the street. That doesn't do you any good. Another thing to think about as far as time is how long is it going to take you to load? If you got a cuckoo clock, that guy yesterday showed up 20 minutes before the end to pick his cuckoo clock up. No big deal. All right. But if you have 50 lots, including some bulk lots of clothes and dishes or whatever that you're going to have to wrap, you need to count on being there a little bit earlier. Remember, guys, when we say we're going to be done at 1 or 2 o'clock on a Saturday, after that, we're going home to enjoy time with our families. We're going home to take a break from the week. If it's a weekday and we say we want to be done by 6, we're going home to eat dinner, guys, just like you. So we all want to get out of there. So kind of please respect us on that if you can as well. If you don't think you can make a pickup and it's small items, you know, we do have our pickup service, $5 up to 4 items, $10 up to 9 items, so on. Best to let us know the night before, the day before. That way we preload your items at the pickup. They're out of the way. It's less things for people to trip over and fall over and break and accidentally grab or whatever, right? So let us know. Try not to let us know the day of the pickup, but at least the day before the pickup that you need our pickup service. And remember, guys, we are taking stuff, depending on who does the pickup, to 3 different locations currently. That plan may change down the road, but we are noting that on your pickup charge, so keep that in mind. What else can you do at the pickup, guys? Have patience. If we're busy, wait. If the driveway's full, you'll need to wait. One thing you can do too is don't show up all at once. We've had a problem lately where everybody wants to show up right at start pickup time, or maybe 30 minutes later. Think about, hey, how much time do I need, and can I show up a little later? That way it's not quite as intense for us doing a pickup. There's usually anywhere from 1 to 3 of us there, but we're usually pretty busy, as you know. So really think about that. There may be other strategies. If you have a tractor that you bought, I may have put in the description, please let's help load other people with it. It's there. Why not? Why not do that? Maybe you have some shelving units. Oh, this is a big one, guys. And they're full of lots. don't come right at the beginning, because then we're going to have to move all those lots. A good example was the other day at Buckboard Estate. We lost somebody's lot of sockets. Somebody tried to pull them out, put them all in individual baggies, but whatever reason, they didn't catch it. There was this other lot of sockets. They were permanently lost. $38 worth of Craftsman sockets lost forever. Had that person picked up that toolbox later, wouldn't have been a problem. It would have been empty. So please, really, if you've got something with lots in or on it, like shelving, toolboxes, consider picking up a little later. Maybe you have something big and heavy, and you can tell it's in the back of the garage. Again, probably good idea to wait until we've got a little bit of an opening there to get in there. So just some basic kind of pre-planning on your part will make your pickup life easier. When you're picking up, guys, printed invoice, if you have a lot of items, will make your life so much easier. If it's small number of items, pull your invoice up on your phone. Don't use a scanned invoice. Don't use an email invoice. Bring it up on the phone, because there's little check boxes that you can check off. And then you can actually then hit a button that says, I've got this item, and can confirm that you have the items. Physically checking things off either online or through the invoice is going to ensure less items missed and left behind, less things that we have to bring back and figure out how to get to you at a future date, which is pretty common. So that's really important, guys. We need to check off everything you're picking up. So if we haven't looked at it, and maybe you got there and you saw some things, you start gathering them up, please wait till one of us are available at the pickup, one of my Auction Addiction employees, to help you get checked out properly. Guys, when you're picking up, this is a big rule. I've had a couple problems lately. If it's not yours, don't touch it. Sometimes people, I want to look through their lot just to see what's there because I'm curious. Don't do that unless they're standing there and they give you permission. Other situations come up, such as we're working in a home where somebody's downsizing or maybe moving, and a lot of the items are not for sale. These folks get upset for good reason when you start digging through their personal belongings. Guys, you need to understand, we're not just doing estate sales where someone's passed away. We're doing a moving sale where somebody's living in a home and they're keeping some of their things. So what that means in general, guys, if there's not a green tag on it, it's not for sale. If there's a green tag on it with a price, that means it didn't sell in an auction, and you can certainly bring that tag to us and we will sell it to you on site and we'll add it to your invoice. But if there's not a green tag, there's probably a reason. Let's go back to Buckboard. There was a sewing machine table they called, decided they wanted to keep. So again, that was still there, but it wasn't for sale. So really, we even had an accusation of theft by a client recently because somebody went and dug through their stuff. Please, guys, don't do that. It's just not worth the hassles, okay? If you see an item without a tag, you can inquire about it, particularly if you know it's not a moving sale, you know it's a total liquidation, ask. It may not be for sale. Well, maybe we forgot it, okay? That's possible. But recently we had a couple things come up missing because people thought, oh, there's no tag. It's a grab bag. No, there's nothing that's free. There's nothing that's a grab bag at an auction. So we had to then go and work for 2 weeks to get those items back. Guys, if it doesn't have a tag, that does not mean it's free or didn't sell or whatever. In this case, there were things up on a high shelf. I couldn't reach them to get the tags on. So somebody was grabbing their things and they thought, oh, well, I mean, those must be extra. They weren't. Then we had to get them back. Other situations where things come up missing that are common are you have a bulk lot and next to it is something else. Buckboard, good example. There was a big bulk lot of cleaning supplies. Next was a little broom and dustpan that got swooped up into that lot. And here we are. Guy shows up next for his lot. Put yourself in the shoes of the guy that's now driven across town to pick something up and their item's missing and we got to find it. Very annoying. So please put yourself in those shoes. If you see another green tag, that means it's sold. If it looks odd that it's off to the side and you're wondering, man, does that go with my lot? Because some of these jobs are quite congested. Okay. Then ask, guys. We'll may say, oh, wait a minute, there's a little tag there. Or maybe the tag fell off. That's pretty common. So that's common where things that are close by to someone else's lot, get swooped up, usually just, innocently, accidentally. I get that. But please really help us to minimize that, minimize people's items being missing, because it's really annoying. I mean, we have 2,000 items. Something's going to come up missing. We get that, right? But what we want to do is minimize it. Another issue that commonly comes up is someone shows up with, we'll call it a posse. In other words, they bring people to help them load things. They have no idea what the internet is. They don't know what a computer is. They commonly, they have no idea what we do. They don't know what's an estate sale. They absolutely seem to have no idea what's going on. And they will sometimes go around and start picking up stuff from people's lots, coming up and asking if it's for sale. All kinds of crazy things happen sometimes when these groups of friends and family are there. If you're going to bring helpers, first of all, keep it to a minimum. But second of all, make sure they understand the policies, procedures. Make sure they understand in advance what's going on so they're not so confused at the pickup. They'll feel better, and less things are going to get shuffled around and come up missing. Guys, I think that's about it. Those are kind of some just quick tips. I know this video went a little longer than I planned, but some quick tips for both buyers and sellers so we can really dial in these pickups, make them as smooth, quick, and efficient as we possibly can, and minimize things that may be missing, which lead to refunds and people not getting what they wanted, client losing $5 or $10 here and there, whatever. Let's, we do a pretty good job. My auction addiction, your typical estate sale sees 10 to 15% theft loss, and ours is 0.00000 something. So I get that. We do a great job, but we can always be better, guys, and that's what we're always going to strive to do. Guys, if you appreciated this helpful video, or hopefully it was helpful, leave a comment below the YouTube video, like the video, and also, guys, subscribe to our YouTube page so you will get notifications of new videos as soon as they come up. And that's it, guys. If we can help you or your family with a transition in life and selling some goods in the home, please let us know how we can help you. And if you are a buyer, we appreciate you taking the time to learn more how to help us, to help you have a better experience. Have a great day.